Hello again, this is Dan Richardson at the Chapel of the North Hills. Together we're reading about Jesus' last week on earth. And we find ourselves today in John the 12th chapter. Most of this chapter is when Jesus is predicting his crucifixion in actually some very, very detailed language. He knew that his crucifixion was coming, and he knew what it was going to entail. And he asks, should I try to get out of it? What should I say? Father, save me from this hour? I couldn't say that. The reason that Jesus knew he couldn't say that, he couldn't pray to be let out of that responsibility, is because that's why he came. He said, that's why I came to this hour. So Father, his prayer is, glorify your name. This is one of the times where the Father answers audibly, I have glorified it, and I will glorify it again. So knowing that the crucifixion was coming, he taught everyone that, as for me, if I am lifted up from the earth, I will draw all men to myself. And this was what kind of death he was going to experience. He knew that it was going to be crucifixion on a cross. So even as detailed as Jesus was speaking in these days, there was plenty that did not understand it and did not give their hearts to Jesus. And part of the reason was the fulfillment of this prophecy of Isaiah, is that some had blinded their eyes and hardened their hearts so that they wouldn't see. Otherwise, they would have been healed. They would have turned to God. And Jesus tells us exactly why. They loved human praise more than praise from God. That's a sad statement. When it comes down to it, that praise from God is what we all should be shooting for. That's exactly what we need to drive our own personal missions to, making sure we're following God's commands so that we can not worry about praise from men, but instead be seeking praise from God. Be blessed.